The dream of living by the ocean often comes with a price tag that feels too high for most people. You see the pictures of perfect sunrises over the water and white sand stretching out for miles. But then you look at the cost of a home in those popular spots. The numbers can be shocking. It feels like the peaceful life you want is reserved for the wealthy, but that is not entirely true. There are places along the East Coast where the water is just as blue and the air is just as fresh. The difference is that these towns do not make the headlines. They are quiet, they are overlooked, and because of that, they remain affordable. People are looking for a way to stretch their retirement savings further. They want safety, they want community, and they want the sound of the waves to be their nightly routine. You do not need to sacrifice comfort to find this. You just need to know where to look. There are 10 towns along the Atlantic seaboard that offer this balance. They are not perfect, every place has its trade-offs, but for those willing to explore beyond the famous tourist traps, the reward is a life of calm and financial peace. We will count them down from 10 to 1. Each one offers a unique chance to live well without spending too much.
Number 10. Wildwood, New Jersey. The Jersey Shore has a reputation for being loud and busy. People think of boardwalks and crowds when they hear the name. But there's a town called Wildwood that offers real value for those willing to look past the summer noise. The beaches here are incredibly wide. They're some of the widest on the entire East Coast. They are also free to access. You do not pay to walk on the sand. This saves money every single day during the warm months. The town has a famous boardwalk, but the residential streets are quiet. You can find peace just a few blocks away from the fun. Housing in Wildwood is known for being affordable compared to other Jersey Shore towns. There are many condos and townhouses available. It is easy to find something within a budget. The architecture is often mid-century, which gives the town a retro feel. People move here for the summer vibe and the low cost of entry. You can own a place near the ocean for much less than in New York or Connecticut. The proximity to major cities makes it accessible for family visits. The downside is the seasonality. Like many shore towns, it is very quiet in the winter. Many businesses close. If you live here year-round, you need to be comfortable with a slow winter. Also, the houses are often close together. It is a dense town. You do not have large yards. But for retirees who want to downsize, this is perfect. You do not have to mow a lawn, you can walk to the beach. The community is friendly and unpretentious. It is a place where you can live simply. The wide beaches mean you never feel crowded, even in August.
Number 9. Old Orchard Beach, Maine. The coast of Maine is famous for being expensive. Rockport and Kennebunkport are for the wealthy. They are filled with luxury shops and high-end homes, but Old Orchard Beach is different. It has a classic pier and a long sandy beach. It feels like a traditional American seaside town. It is nostalgic. You can hear the sound of the arcade games and the smell of saltwater taffy. It reminds people of simpler times. The atmosphere is casual and welcoming. You do not need to dress up to go to dinner here. Despite the tourist elements, there are residential areas that are affordable. You can find condos or small homes within walking distance of the sand. The prices are lower than the luxury towns nearby because it is more casual. People move here for the summers. The weather is perfect in July and August. It is not too hot. The humidity is low compared to the south. The downside is the winter. Maine winters are long and cold. The town shuts down significantly after October. If you're a snowbird, this is perfect. You can leave during the cold months, but if you plan to stay year-round, you need to be ready for the snow and the heating costs. The community is friendly, but it is very seasonal. Your neighbors might only be there for 3 months of the year. For retirees who want a summer home base, this is ideal. It offers the New England charm without the millionaire price tag. The ocean is cold, but the view is worth it. The sunsets over the water are vibrant and clear.
Number 8. Hampton, New Hampshire. This state has a very short coastline, but it has a town called Hampton.
Hampton Beach is popular, but the town of Hampton itself offers more residential options. The big advantage here is taxes. New Hampshire has no state income tax and no sales tax. For retirees living on fixed incomes, this is a huge benefit. You keep more of your money. This financial relief can make a big difference over time. The town feels safe and well kept. There are parks and green spaces throughout the area. Housing in Hampton is in high demand, but there are deals to be found if you look inland a bit. You do not have to be oceanfront to feel the breeze. The town has a good mix of shops and services. It is close to Boston, which is great for medical care. People move here for the financial benefits and the proximity to the city. You can get to a major airport quickly. The downside is that it can get crowded in the summer. The beach draws tourists from all over. Traffic can be heavy on the main roads. Also, housing prices have been rising as people discover the tax benefits. You need to act fast if you find a good property. But compared to Massachusetts, it is still a bargain. The quality of schools and services is high. It's a practical choice for those who want to be near a major city but live by the sea. The balance of urban access and coastal living is hard to beat. You get the best of both worlds here.
Number 7. Chincoteague, Virginia. There is a small island town called Chincoteague. You might know it for the wild ponies. Every year there is a pony swim that draws crowds, but the town itself is quiet for most of the year. This town is located on a barrier island. It feels isolated, but in a good way. You have to cross a bridge to get there. Once you are on the island, you are in a different world. The community is very protective of its home. They do not want big chains or high-rises. The atmosphere is rustic and natural. Housing in Chincoteague is varied. There are older cottages near the water and newer builds further back. Prices are reasonable because the town limits development. You cannot just build a massive condo complex here. This protects the view and the value. People move here for the nature. It is a haven for bird watchers and water lovers. The wildlife is abundant. The downside is the isolation. In the winter, the town gets very quiet. Some services reduce their hours. You need to be self-sufficient. If you need something specific, you might have to drive to the mainland. Also, flood insurance is a must here. Being an island, you are exposed to storms. But the trade-off is a level of privacy you cannot find on the mainland. The sunrises here are famous. Watching the ponies roam near the beach is a daily joy. It is a place for those who love nature more than convenience. The cost of living is low, but the quality of life is high.
Number 6. Berlin, Maryland. Most people know Ocean City. It is loud and busy in the summer. It is a major tourist destination on the East Coast. But just a few miles inland, there is a town called Berlin. It is often voted one of the coolest small towns in America. Berlin feels like a storybook. The main street has brick sidewalks and shops that are owned by locals. It is clean and safe. The best part is that you are only a short drive from the beach. You get the coastal lifestyle without paying the oceanfront premium. The town has a historic feel that is well preserved. Housing in Berlin ranges from small townhomes to single-family houses. Because it is not directly on the sand, the prices are much kinder to a budget. The town has invested in its infrastructure, so things work well. The water systems and roads are maintained. People move here for the safety and the small-town vibe. It is very popular with retirees who want to walk to dinner without driving. The downside is the summer traffic. Since you are near Ocean City, the roads can get congested when tourists arrive in July and August. You have to plan your errands around the season. Also, winters can be quiet. Some shops close down when the tourists leave. But for a retiree looking for peace, the off-season is actually the best time. It is when the town belongs to the residents again. The sense of community here is strong. Neighbors look out for each other. It is a place where you can feel secure in your investment and your daily life.
Number 5. Morehead City, North Carolina. The coast here is known for the Outer Banks, but those islands have become very expensive. The prices there have skyrocketed in recent years. Just south of there, you will find Morehead City. This town sits on the Crystal Coast. It feels like a working harbor rather than a resort. The streets are lined with historic buildings that have been there for decades. You will see fishermen bringing in their catch early in the morning. The pace here is slow. People wave to each other at the grocery store. It is a place where you are a neighbor, not just a customer. Housing in Morehead City is significantly lower than in the nearby tourist hubs. You can find older cottages or condos that fit within a modest budget. The cost of living here is manageable because the town is not dependent on high-end tourism. It is a real community. People move here for the fishing and the boating. The water access is incredible. You can have a boat slip without paying a fortune. The downside is that it is a bit further from major airports. If you need to fly often, you will have to drive about an hour to get to a larger hub. Also, hurricanes are a reality here. Insurance costs can fluctuate. But for those who stay, the sense of belonging is worth it. The sunsets over the harbor are quiet and private. It is a place where you can age gracefully without worrying about the price of coffee or property taxes rising too fast.
Number 4. Beaufort, South Carolina. Do not confuse it with the one in North Carolina. This Beaufort is surrounded by water. It is on a sea island. The town is historic and beautiful. The streets are lined with azaleas and old homes. It feels elegant but not snobbish. The water is everywhere you look. You can see the marshes from many points in town. The atmosphere is refined yet relaxed. There are many parks and waterfront walks. Housing here can range from high-end to modest. There are neighborhoods that are still accessible for middle-income retirees. The cost of living is generally lower than in Charleston. People move here for the culture and the climate. It is warm in the winter. You do not have to deal with snow. The downside is the humidity. Summer can be very sticky, and like much of the South, you have to deal with insects. Termites and mosquitoes are part of the package. Also, it is a bit isolated. You are about an hour from Savannah or Charleston. If you want big city amenities, you have to drive. But the town itself has everything you need. There are good hospitals and shops. The pace is very slow. People drive golf carts around town. It is a place that encourages you to relax. The beauty of the marshes is calming. It is a good spot for those who want southern charm with a waterfront view.
Number 3. Pawleys Island, South Carolina. This place has a very unique reputation. Pawleys Island is known for being arrogantly shanty. That is what the locals say. It means they do not care about showing off wealth. You will not see mansions here. You will see weathered cottages made of wood. The vibe is extremely relaxed. People wear flip-flops everywhere. There are no stoplights on the island. It is a place that resists change. The atmosphere is unhurried and genuine. This resistance to change keeps prices somewhat stable. While the surrounding areas have developed rapidly, Pawleys has stayed true to its roots. You can find older homes that are affordable if you are willing to maintain them. The life here is about the marsh and the creek. It is about sitting on a porch and watching the tide come in. People move here to escape the rat race. They want to simplify. The hidden downside is that it can be humid and hot in the summer. Mosquitoes are a fact of life near the marsh. Also, because it is so quiet, there are not many large hospitals nearby. You have to drive to Georgetown or Myrtle Beach for major medical care. For healthy retirees, this is fine, but as you age, you need to consider the distance to specialists. Despite this, the mental peace you gain here is powerful. It is a place that teaches you to slow down. The value is in the lifestyle, not the square footage of the home.
Number 2. Brunswick, Georgia. The coast of Georgia is unique. It is filled with marshlands and live oak trees draped in Spanish moss. There is a town called Brunswick that serves as a gateway to the Golden Isles. While the islands themselves can be pricey, Brunswick offers a historic charm at a fraction of the cost. The downtown area has been revitalized. There are art galleries and small restaurants that feel sophisticated but welcoming. The atmosphere is cultural and rich in history. Life in Brunswick feels like stepping back in time. The streets are quiet, the architecture is beautiful. You are close to the beach, but you live in a town with history. Housing prices here are very competitive. You can find historic homes that need some love or updated properties that are still affordable compared to Savannah or Charleston. People are moving here because it offers culture without the crowds. It is a port town, so there is an industrial side to it. That is the hidden downside. You might see some cargo ships in the distance, and it is not a pure resort town. But for retirees who want authenticity, this is a benefit. You are living in a place that works, not just a place that visits. The community is tight-knit. There are local events and festivals that bring people together. It is a strong choice for someone who wants Southern hospitality without the Southern price tag.
Number 1. Fernandina Beach, Florida. This is on Amelia Island in the northeast corner of the state. It is close to the Georgia border. The town has a historic district with Victorian homes. It feels like a movie set. The beaches are wide and clean. The water is warm. Florida is often thought of as expensive, but this area is more reasonable than the Gulf Coast or Miami. The atmosphere is charming and well-maintained. There is a strong sense of pride in the community. Housing in Fernandina Beach includes condos and single-family homes. There are older properties that are affordable. The town has a strong sense of history. People move here for the weather. It is mild in the winter. You can walk outside in January without a coat. The downside is the hurricane risk. Florida is in the storm zone. Insurance costs are rising across the state. You need to factor that into your budget. Also, it can get busy with tourists in the spring. But the town manages it well. There are many retirees here, so the community is geared toward older adults. There are clubs and activities. The healthcare is decent, with facilities nearby in Jacksonville. It is a solid choice for those who want the Florida sun without the chaos of the big cities. The island feel keeps it protected and quiet. It takes the top spot because it balances weather, culture, and cost better than most.
These 10 towns show that the dream is not dead. You do not have to spend all your savings to live near the water. Each of these places has its own character. Some are historic, some are quiet, some are practical. They all share one thing. They offer a chance to breathe. The pressure of high costs is lower here. You can focus on your days instead of your bills. But remember, moving is a big decision. You should visit these places first. Stay for a week. See how you feel in the off-season. Talk to the locals. Ask them what they like and what they dislike. Every town has its challenges. The weather might be different than you expect. The community might take time to welcome you. But the opportunity is there. If you enjoyed this journey through these quiet towns, let us know in the comments. Which one of these 10 places felt like home to you? Was it the historic streets of Brunswick or the wide sands of Wildwood? Share your favorite town with us. We love reading your thoughts and ideas. Also, tell us where you would move if you could choose any of these spots today. Your dream location might inspire someone else to take the leap. If you want to discover more hidden places like these, please subscribe to the channel. We bring you new videos about affordable living and secret spots across America. We want to help you find the peace you are looking for. Thank you for watching. Take care and keep dreaming of the sea.